And a Slidell painter is recognized for his amazing art.
Yeah, but Ross Shillesi overcomes unbelievable obstacles every time he picks up a brush. It's a life-changing hobby. As Nancy Parker reports, he's finding peace in painting.
I'm looking for the right color paint.
Ross Shillesi's passion is painting.
Let's try this one. You don't paint with your hand to start off with. You paint with your eyes.
His garage turned studio is where the 81-year-old self-taught artist escapes.
It's just like getting inside the painting and you're there. And I'll pick up a little of this.
From his own difficult reality.
I didn't even know what Parkinson's was until I got it.
Shillesi has Parkinson's disease.
I can't do what I used to do now.
The same hands that create beautiful pictures can shake uncontrollably from the disease that causes a loss of brain cells and decreased motion.
I noticed that one hand started to just, not all the time, but tremor. So I kind of was concerned about it, and I said, you know, I think we need to see a doctor.
Dr. Georgia Lee is his neurologist.
And his Parkinson's has progressed over the next 20 years as would be expected. More tremors, more stiffness, more imbalance, problems walking, and difficulty with dexterity.
The once avid fisherman sold his boat because of his deteriorating health and increasing tremors. He looked for another hobby.
One day I thought I'd paint.
His wife Lois bought him a paint set.
And it sat in the garage for about 6 months. And one day he opened the package and he started painting.
It was difficult at first.
I started painting, and pretty soon you find yourself fluttering with the brush.
But as he got more comfortable, something miraculous started to happen.
When he paints, it's amazing just to watch how he picks up the brush, and it's, you know, no tremors at all.
See, what you do is you put the colors on.
Hands that shake because of Parkinson's disease,
They call it hues.
are quieted by creativity.
I'll look at the brush, and I'd come down with, look, see, it's not shaking at all now. It's almost like if I had a brush in my hand.
They steady with just the thought of a brush in his hand, or when he puts paint to canvas. How do you explain that?
When you're feeling really good, dopamine is released. It is what we know of the reward chemical. So for some people it's shopping, dopamine released, hunting, these things, gambling's a big one where dopamine might be released. For Mr. Shillesi, it might be painting.
Dopamine doesn't just make us feel good, it also regulates the way we move. In Parkinson's patients, important dopamine-producing neurons are dying off. Speech is slowed, so is movement. And in Ross's case, there are tremors. But when Ross paints, that feel-good chemical kicks in.
Symptoms could be much better because he's squirting out just a little bit more dopamine because he's happy and comfortable and likes what he's doing.
Dr. Lee saw the phenomenon in her patients when the Saints won the Super Bowl.
When the Saints won the Super Bowl, almost all of my patients thought they were cured for about 20 minutes to an hour because that surge of adrenaline and dopamine resolved all of their physical symptoms. Not long lasting because you have to come down from that high at some point, but it was a good high.
You started smiling when you talked about painting.
Yeah, it is fun.
Fun has turned into countless works of art. So this is like a gallery in here, isn't it?
It's almost like a gallery, yes. When my husband started painting, he started painting trees. And he looks at trees in a different way than I would see a tree.
I love trees. Trees have their own personality. And if you shake a bit, nobody knows.
You can see the trees, and as you see, they're on easels because I don't have any more walls. And I had to go into the bathroom to do what space I had. This was in 12. He joined the Slidell Art League, and every meeting he'd bring in a painting once a month, and he'd come back with first place. This is his first painting here.
One of his first pieces, called Rainwalkers, was hailed for its geometric lines,
And this is my favorite. I like this one the best.
a hobby that seems to be a temporary cure for what ails him.
The different things that he's put together.
What I do is I take pictures of different scenes on my camera, and I'll go and I'll look through it, and then if something I like, I'll go have it reproduced and then come back and look at it, and then I'll take a little something from one and maybe a little something from another. I can spend 6 to 8 hours in the garage.
He'll ride this natural high until Parkinson says he can't anymore. Does it make you feel like the old Ross?
Maybe so.
Nancy Parker, Fox 8 News.
Wow, Shalesi has painted more than 100 works of art since his hobby began. If you'd like more information on Parkinson's disease and symptoms, we have a link to Ochsner's neurology department on our website, fox8live.com.